A very pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Wild Health Field in Lexington, KY. It's Atlantic League Professional Baseball for you here this afternoon as the Wild Health Genomes play host to a very tough Gastonia Honey Hunters team that beat them by 2 in last night's contest. So the Gnomes looking to seek a little revenge today. They're going to send Robbie Scott to the mound here in this afternoon's contest. Robbie Scott on the season 4-6 with an ERA of 5.25. He's pitched in a total of 13 games, started 12 of those games, so this will be his 13th start of the season. He's got 60 innings under his belt. He's allowed 29 earned runs, 32 runs in total, 7 home runs. He's walked 19, and he's struck out 29. Behind him, it's going to be this lineup for today. Becker's going to be at first base, Paredes at second, Melbauer at shortstop, Johns will be at third. Martinez is in left, Miller in center, Sierra in right, and Castro behind the plate with Robbie Scott on the mound. Glad you're with us here. Looking forward to a good game today. The only game being played in the afternoon in the league this afternoon. Got several games tonight going to be played in the league. Looks like the first one's going to be starting at about 5 p.m. That'll be Charleston Dirty Birds and York Revolution. They've got a doubleheader scheduled. Also with a doubleheader, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and the Staten Island Ferry Hawks doing battle in 2 games tonight. That starts at 5:05. And then the Lancaster Barnstormers take on High Point, and it's Long Island hosting the Lexington Legends. Both of those games at 6:30, 6:35 respectively this evening. All right, here we go. The Honey Hunters come to the plate to get things started here, and it's Herlis Rodriguez, the center fielder, to lead things off. First pitch from Scott is in there for a strike. Beautiful day, the wind blowing in from left center field. Really no help to any field, but maybe right down the right field line. Scott's pitch, there's a bunt toward third base, that's foul, and quickly Scott out in front in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Rodriguez, a .258 hitter on the season thus far. Herlis Rodriguez wears number 7, bats from the left side. And Robbie Scott, number 40, he's a left-hander, going to toe that rubber one more time and try to pick up out number 1 right here. Rodriguez, 4 home runs on the year thus far, 19 RBIs. So Robbie Scott, the pitch. That misses outside for a ball. Ben Levin is your home plate umpire today. Justin Clark at first base. David White down at third base here to get things started in this afternoon contest. Glad you're with us here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. The pitch. Got him with a swing and a miss, so Scott starts the game off with a swinging strikeout. That's his first K, first out of the inning. That'll bring up the shortstop, number 1, Jack Reinheimer. Reinheimer wears number 1, a right-handed hitter. Infield playing fairly straight away here for Reinheimer. The pitch misses outside, ball 1. Castro behind the plate does a good job of framing the pitch for the Gnomes pitchers. Robbie Scott, 1-0 pitch. That's lifted in the air, straight up. Second baseman going out, and a collision out there as the right fielder Sierra came in, but Paredes able to stay with it and make the catch. 2 down. Good replay there. You can see the contact came after the catch was made. Wind playing a little havoc with a high ball. Anything that's above the roof line here in the stands, we've noticed that quite a bit the last couple of years. If you get it up in that wind, it can do just about anything up there, but the wind will really move it. It's probably a 10 to 15 mile an hour wind this afternoon, but boy, is it comfortable. That humidity has gone away for a while, and we'll take that. First pitch misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Rosa, the batter, a .340 hitter on the season, having a good year. 12 home runs, 59 RBIs. That pitch misses low and outside for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Rosa, number 2, bats from the right side, and he's playing second base today. So we'll see. We've been very lucky to have some really good, well-pitched ball games as of late. There's been a couple of, what do they call them, frog stranglers? That's the rain, I think. But there have been a couple of games where they've hit double digits, but for the most part, it's, you know, like last night, I believe it ended up 8-6, which isn't that bad. The pitch, that's in there for a strike, catches the outside part of the plate. 3 balls and 1 strike, the count to Rosa. Number 3 batter with 2 outs, nobody on. Again, infield playing straight away. And the left-hander Robbie Scott with the pitch. Swing and a miss. And the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, a runaway with the first half of that Northern Division. Man, they are tough. They won, what was it? 3 out of 4 against the Legends starting the season off this year, and they haven't looked back since. Here's the pitch. That's lifted in the air to the right side and out of play. Hits up on the roof of the stadium. Two down, count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Joseph Rosa, the second baseman for the Gastonia Honey Hunters. Goose Gazzo's club 50-21 on the season. Here's a shot. That's hit up the right side again and out of play. Becker, the first baseman, started that way, but way back behind the mattress outlet. Scott, long look this time. Rosa ready, and the pitch. Foul ball off the glove of Castro, back to the netting. And one of the ball boys, bat boys, will pick it up. .340 the batting average. One of the better hitters in the Atlantic League this season. Here's the pitch. That missed way outside and high, ball 4. So Rosa, with a long at bat, works a base on balls. He'll trot down to first base. That'll bring up the cleanup hitter, the son of NASCAR great Dale Jarrett, Zach Jarrett, number 28, the right fielder. As far as height and build, Zach a lot like his dad. Very athletic. last time we saw him here not long ago, he had a great couple of games. The pitch in there for a strike. So Jarrett in the cleanup spot today, and he calls home pretty close to where Gastonia calls home. So a good fit with him there in North Carolina. Look at that shot, and that's foul. He hit a frozen rope down the third baseline, but foul. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Robbie Scott way ahead of Jarrett, 0-2 with 2 out. Runner on first, and the pitch. That's slapped toward shortstop. Nice backhand throw to second. They got him. So great play by the short-handed, and fire a strike to the second baseman Paredes for the out at second base. So score that 6-4 on the put out, and Jarrett credited with a fielder's choice. He ends up at first base. In the inning, no runs. There were no hits. Had 1 runner left on base. And we head to the bottom of the first inning. Gastonia did not score, and the Gnomes coming to bat. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. The Genomes will come to bat, and they're going to face John Anderson, 33-year-old with a record of 6-4 on the season. He's got a 4.18 ERA. He's been in 14 games, started all 14 of them. 75.1 innings pitched. He's allowed 48 runs, 35 of them earned, 5 home runs. He's walked 35 and struck out 56. So one of the better pitchers on the team, and one of the stalwarts for Gastonia this season. So he's ready to go. He's got Castro Rosa on the right side behind him, Reinheimer at short, and Roman at third. First pitch in there to Herlis Rodriguez is in there for a strike, I believe. The 0-1 pitch from John Anderson. That's in there for a strike. And quickly, Anderson out in front of Rodriguez. Herlis. Excuse me, I got the wrong team up here. It's Tio Martinez. There you go. That's what was wrong. That's in there for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tio Martinez, the left fielder for the Genomes. Tio wears number 7, bats from the right side, and going up here against John Anderson. 208 batting average on the year with 5 home runs and 15 RBIs. The left-handed Anderson pitch. That bounced up there, hit 4 feet in front of home plate. Anderson holding on to the ball a little too long there. Here's the pitch from the windup. That's lifted out toward first base, behind first base, and running out there to make the catch is the first baseman, Castro. So we got one down now on the pop to 3, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Luke Becker. So Castro doing a good job out at first base to backtrack and catch it running away. Becker now 293 batting average on the season with 12 home runs, 46 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's fouled off this way, hits the netting though, and falls harmlessly to the rug. No balls and 1 strike to count. Anderson the pitch. That's up high. Count evens up, 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out. So the Honey Hunters fail to score in the top, and the Gnomes looking to try to put 1 or 2 on the board here in the bottom of the first inning, but they will take 10 or 12. Anderson rocks and fires. That's back this way again, but hits the netting. Tell Becker to lift it a little bit so it get over that netting. Might have a chance to catch one here and win that 10,000 bottle cap prize. Looking forward to that. The pitch. That's fouled off. Back to the backstop, and some fresh baseballs come in. The 293 hitter crowds the plate a little bit. John Anderson with a 2-2 count. The pitch misses inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Becker looking to get something going here for the Genomes here in the first inning. There's a shot. That's hit well, way back, and that bounces off the wall. It'll be at least a double. Throw comes in. No chance to get Becker. So Becker with a stand-up double to start this game off here, and first hit of the game for either team. That puts a runner in scoring position now for the second baseman, Jimmy Paredes, number 25. Jimmy, right-handed hitter going up against the southpaw. Boy, Becker hit that well. Now, had the wind been blowing out, I truly believe that would have been gone. It hit off the top of the wall out there. And Becker running all the way on that. First pitch from Anderson to Paredes is in there for a strike. Jimmy Paredes, a 293 hitter. He's got 8 home runs, 39 RBIs on the year. In a good situation, chance to get number 40 RBI right here with a single. There's a shot. I mean, he hit that a mile high. The shortstop going to call it and makes the play. Reinheimer comes over and handles it. So Paredes pops out to 6 for the second out of the inning. Becker has to remain at second base, and that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, number 20, Moses Sierra. Sierra playing right field in today's game. Right-handed hitter batting .274, 6 dingers, 29 RBIs. The pitch, that's hit pretty good to right field, but camping under it is Jarrett. He'll squeeze it, and that'll retire the side. In the inning, no runs. There was 1 hit and a runner left on base. We head to the top of the second inning with no score at Wild Health Field. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. Wild Will, our PA man, just showed us a text that in Major League Baseball, the Toronto Blue Jays just fired their manager today. So wheels spinning already here, and I'd call it early July. We're about to mid-July. 13th today. I guess we got 2 more days, and it's officially mid-July. Here we go. We got Robbie Scott on the mound for the Genomes. And it'll be Luis Roman, number 19, the third baseman. And the first pitch laced into right field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. Long run. He's going to try to stretch it to 2. The throw comes into second base, but not in time. And Roman with a double here to lead off the second inning. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 12, Luis Castro. Castro, stocky, baseball-looking player. He's got a runner at second base now in Roman. Castro, .274 hitter, 6 home runs, 23 RBIs on the year. Robbie Scott checks the runner at second, now comes to the plate, and that misses high, ball 1. The Genomes in town for a couple of series here. That pitch gets away from Castro. Castro it was, yes. We got two Castros in the game today. We got a Castro at first for the Honey Hunters and a Castro behind the plate for the Genomes. That was the Genomes Castro. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. Luis Castro at the plate. There's a pitch. That misses inside. And quickly, 3 balls, no strikes, the count. Robbie Scott, 22 pitches thrown thus far in the game. Nobody out, runner on second. This shot's hit pretty well to center field. Back to take care of it is Miller, and he'll get it in, but not in time as Roman able to tag up and move to third base on the fly out. So Castro with a fly out to center field. 1 out, and that'll bring up Reese Hampton, the left fielder, number 3. Reese also a right-handed hitter. .230 batter, 4 home runs, 22 RBIs. So runner at third base now as Roman takes a pretty good lead off of third. Pitch misses outside, ball 1. Johns, I'd say about 4 steps off of third base. He's even with the bag down there. Going to try to hold Roman on as much as possible. There's a breaking pitch, misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes to count. Good thing about the wind today is that we get full advantage of it in the press box compared to those winds that blow left to right across the field. That usually doesn't stir any circulation. But compared to last Wednesday, it's about 20 degrees cooler in here. Robbie Scott toes the rubber, the pitch. That's on the outside part of the plate. Count 3 balls and 1 strike. There's 1 out. Runner on third base is Luis Roman. He doubled and then he went to third on the fly ball by Castro. So Reese Hampton, .230 hitter, 4 home runs. Pitch misses outside, ball 4. Hampton will trot down to first with the second walk issued by Robbie Scott. First inning didn't hurt him. He walked, and then Zach Jarrett hit into a fielder's choice. Runners at first and third with 1 out. Ground ball to the middle infield would be a perfect play here. Robbie Scott hoping for that or another strikeout. He struck out the first batter. That's been it thus far. The pitch misses outside, ball 1. If you're watching us for the first time, appreciate you tuning in today. We carry all the home games for the Genomes and the Legends right here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. And they are live. The pitch. That's on the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at first and third. Ascanio, Raider Ascanio, the designated hitter in there. 256 average on the year, 2 home runs, 24 RBIs. Throw to first. Back, no problem, is Hampton. Looking up on the video board, there's going to be a mystery giveaway here at the ballpark on Friday the 15th. There's a swing and a miss. Ascanio swatting flies up high there. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Raider Ascanio, the designated hitter today for the Honey Hunters. Slaps it to third, up with it, the throw over to first base, got him. The throw back to third, and did not let go of the ball. Wise choice, I believe. Had both the third baseman and the shortstop covering. Hustling over to third, going from first to third on that out by Ascanio. So score it, ground out 5-3 for the second out of the inning. Give Ascanio a RBI on the play. Hampton with great heads-up base running as he goes from first to third, and Roman comes in and scores the first run of the ball game. So 2 down, a run in. Here's the pitch. Hampton at third base. He walked and then just went from first to third on the ground out. Great base running. He did not hesitate. He had a good jump off of first, and he was running all the way to third on that play. That misses outside a bit. 2 balls, no strikes to count. There's a look at the runner on third base, Reese Hampton. Number 3, and then back out to Robbie Scott, the Genomes pitcher. Misses outside. Throw down to third. Wasn't a snap throw, just kind of, hey, we're watching you kind of throw. Just to let him know he's not being forgotten down there at third base as a base runner. Holderbach, a 209 hitter, batting in the number 9 spot. He's the catcher for the Honey Hunters. Scott the pitch. That misses outside. And the third walk in the game given up by Robbie Scott. So back to first and third again, only this time with 2 outs. And we'll go back to the top of the lineup, and Hurley's Rodriguez, the center fielder, will step back in. Going to get a visit to the mound here. Little chatter with the left-hander, Robbie Scott. Talking it over out there with Castro. So it will be an official visit. A lot of fun to watch when there's conferences. Little chatter with home plate umpire Ben Levin. And that'll be one visit this inning. All right, here's Rodriguez. He struck out back in the first inning for the first out of the game. 0 for 1 officially. 257 hitter on the season. The pitch in there for a strike. So we're 2 down, first and third, 0-1 count on Rodriguez. Be a good spot right here to get a ground ball or his second strikeout of the game. The pitch. There's swing and a miss. Breaking ball. Good pitch. About 76 mile an hour on the Jugs gun there. Rodriguez batting from the left side against the left-handed throwing Robbie Scott. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Scott. And got him. Struck him out for the second time, and that will retire the side. But in the inning, a run, there was just one hit, and there were 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the second inning with the score, Gastonia 1, your Honey Hunters nothing.
First pitch to Proctor, hit to second, goes to short. Here's the pitch. He hits this one to short, over to second for the force out, and that ends the inning. But
home runs. He'll bat with an 0-2 count here with 2 outs. He'll have a play at the plate as Irvin is going to be tagged out at home.
he hits a grounder to second, double play ball. They throw it to second, and he hits this one a ton. Center field going back, and it is out of here. Chris Shaw with a 2-run home run here in the bottom of the first.
Welcome back to Wild Health Field. We're ready to go now to the bottom of the second inning, and the Genomes coming to bat, which is a good thing. It'll be the catcher, number 16, Carlos Castro, to start things off. First pitch in there for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Castro catching today, number 16, a .313 hitter on the year, 6 home runs, 33 RBIs. That pitch misses outside, 2 balls and no strikes. So a double by Becker goes by the boards in the first inning, and the Gnomes looking to start it again, get somebody on base here, and see if they can't manufacture a run to match the run that the Honey Hunters scored here in the top of the second inning. John Anderson having a game thus far. The pitch, that's laced foul. Bounces off the roof of the Mattress Outlet Ranch and over into the picnic area down there. Fan just leisurely walked over and picked up a souvenir. That's how easy it is, folks. Anderson, 18 pitches in the game thus far. The pitch. That's a bouncer to third base. Couple of hops. Roman over to first, got him. So ground out 5-3. One down, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, number 36, Samir Dunez. So Samir Duenas will step in, the left-handed hitter. Wears number 36. And again, batting in the designated hitter spot today. He steps into the box. All set, ready to go. Anderson waiting on him here. The pitch. Hits that well. Hits that high. But Jarrett tracking all the way and up against the wall, he makes the catch. So Duenas barely missed a big one there. And there's two down. Needed a little more oomph on the ball. Now to bring up the center fielder, Anderson Miller. Anderson, number 30, bats from the left side. We got the battle of the Andersons going on right now. Anderson Miller against the pitcher, John Anderson. So we'll see, is it the first name or the last name? Better to have the name Anderson. This one's fouled off, goes out of play to the left side. Anderson Miller on the year, a .260 hitter. He's got 3 home runs and 24 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's low and outside. Holderbach had to take a step out behind the right-handed hitter's batter's box to knock that down. Long wait, now the pitch. Little low. Counts all even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There's 2 out. Miller. Swing and a miss. Got him. First strikeout of the game for John Anderson. And that retires the side. In the inning, no runs, no hits, nobody left on base. We've completed 2. Our score, Gastonia leads it 1-0 over the Wild Health Genomes. All right, welcome back to Wild Health Field. The Genomes playing host today to the Honey Hunters in the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. And we'll move on to the third inning now as Robbie Scott finds himself behind 1-0, but he's only allowed one hit in the game. Walks hurt him a little bit. Let's see if he settles down a bit from those bases on balls here as he faces Jack Reinheimer, the shortstop. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Talking about the wind earlier, it's picked up a bit. We'll get an LEX 18 update here in a second and see exactly how hard they're blowing. The pitch in there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Currently 85 degrees here at Wild Health Field. Beautiful day for baseball. Here's a shot that's hit into right center field. Long run, but easily pulled in by Sierra out there for the out. 1 down. Fly out to 9 if you're scoring along with us. Now to bring up Joseph Rosa. Rosa walked in the first inning, then got thrown out on a ground ball by Jarrett. Nice play in the hole there by Melbauer. He went deep in the hole, backhand, turned around and rifled it back to Paredes at second base for the out. Fastball misses outside, ball 1. Well, LEX is telling us right now that it's 5-mile-an-hour winds, but I can tell you here at the ballpark, a little better than 5 mile an hour. Tell me 10 and I'll believe you there. All right. Keith says it's 10. We'll go with Keith. Now, Emily Goodman, who's on the air right now at LEX 18, and Keith went to different schools together. Yeah. You didn't go to meteorology school, did you? Okay. Here's a ball. That's close. And a nice play over there. Great job by Becker. He goes all the way, reaches into the stands, and makes the catch. 2 down. Pop foul to 3 for the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Zach Jarrett. You know, I was thinking about Zach after his last at-bat when we had that short break. I was thinking, I wonder how much pressure was on him are you going to drive a car like your dad? You know, you think about those things. The pitch. Little nubber down the third baseline, going to stay fair. Long throw, not going to get him. Jarrett with an infield single. My father was a heavy equipment operator, and when I was in college, I would go to Detroit and work with him a couple of summers to make really good money as an oiler, but I really had no desire to do that kind of thing. He was a little disappointed I didn't go that route, but after the fact, then I started teaching school, and then he was okay with that. He thought that was a good choice. Roman steps in, 263 hitter. Crowding the plate a little bit here against Robbie Scott. Runner on first base is Jarrett. The pitch, that misses low and outside. And another thing you got to think about is the danger in what you're going to be doing. If you're going to be a policeman, there's some danger in that. If you're going to be a race car driver, there's danger in that. And then you've got mom to deal with, which that can be a big part of the equation. Anywho, he looks very comfortable where he is right now, playing for the Gastonia Honey Hunters and currently on first base after the infield hit. So Roman looking to move him around. There's a throw over to first, and Jarrett back, no problem. Robbie Scott, the pitch. In there. Breaking ball. 69 mile per hour. Just a big loop over the top and right down into the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Zach Jarrett at first base. The pitch from Scott. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. And a foul tip apparently. And 2-2, or was it? No foul tip, they say. So 1 ball and 2 strikes the count, and Jarrett with a stolen base. He was going from the get-go there. So despite whatever happened behind the plate, he had the base stolen easily. There was no throw. So Jarrett in scoring position. 2 hits for the Honey Hunters. Jarrett with 1 in his pocket already. The pitch, swing and a miss. And that got him, and Roman bounces the bat back toward the dugout. 3rd strikeout in the game for Robbie Scott in the inning. No runs. There was 1 hit and 1 runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and Gastonia hangs on to a 1-0 lead. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. Here we go. We'll flip the score sheet and head to the bottom of the 3rd inning here, and we still got 2 Genomes to get up before we go back to the top of the lineup here, and we'll start it off with the 3rd baseman, Gavin Johns. Gavin wears number 4. He bats from the right side, and the first pitch from Anderson is fouled out of play. Talking with Keith about the wind speed, and he suggested I go to Bluegrass Airport. And what's interesting is there's about a 4-degree difference in temperature at Bluegrass Airport and here. Quick throw to first on the ground out to the 2nd baseman. Rosa makes the play. One down, that'll bring up yeah, it says airport temperature right now is 81 degrees and mostly sunny. And our last check with LEX 18, which is a little closer here to us, 85 and partly sunny. There's a pitch in there low for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes to count. So Clayton Melbauer batting in the number 9 spot. Where's number 3? Bats from the right side and hitting 187. Takes a swing and a miss, and count now 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on base, and it's a 1-0 game right now. Gastonia on top. John Anderson the pitch. Now John Anderson, not the country music artist John Anderson. And the pitch. Little bouncer toward third. 2 hops, up with it. Roman over the first. Smothered at first base by Castro. 2 down. Ground out 5-3. Now we go back to the top of the order, and Tio Martinez, the left fielder who popped out to the first baseman. Becker made a great play on that ball. It was halfway to right field, but he tracked it all the way and over the shoulder catch. First pitch in there for a strike to Martinez. So Martinez 0 for 1 in the contest thus far. The pitch. Squares the bunt, pulls it back, and that's a ball. Little high. My water bottles are dancing all over the all over the press box. Nice to have that little breeze though today. Thankful for that. Here's a ball slapped right back up the middle. Up with it. Rosa to first. 3 up, 3 down on the ground out 4-3. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. Let's head to the top of the 4th inning. Score remains Gastonia 1, Wild Health 0. All right, welcome back to Wild Health Field. We're ready to go here in the top of the fourth inning. Thus far in the game, Gastonia, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. For the Wild Health Genomes, no runs, 1 hit, and no errors. So we got a nice pitcher's duel going here. Robbie Scott on the mound for the Genomes, and John Anderson doing the honors for the Honey Hunters. We're ready to go here as Castro steps in. Luis Castro batting for the Honey Hunters. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Luis flew out to center field. Back in the second inning for his only at-bat. He's officially 0 for 1. Fastball right down the pipe. 85 mile an hour fastball from the arm of Robbie Scott. Castro, 2.73 on the batting average and 6 dingers on the year. The pitch, that's bat just stuck out there to make contact, and this is slapped down into the right field area. Sierra has to run over, and he'll throw it up into the stands. Souvenir for a fan. Another example of bringing your glove to the ballpark. Easy souvenir when you bring your glove with you. Although there's something about having your hands burn after catching a foul ball. The pitch. That's slapped towards second base. Paredes up with it easy. Throw to first. 1 down. Ground out 4-3. And that'll bring up the left fielder, number 3, Reese Hampton. I'm very curious on this mystery giveaway on the 15th. The pitch. Do you know what it is? No? Is it a bottle of Orange Crush? No. It could be a case. It could be a case. The pitch. That's fouled to my right, but the net caught it. I think that might have caught the window right here to my right. That would have been good. Just get it in the press box. Keith and I will have a scrum for it, see who comes up with it. Now, I got a feeling that mystery giveaway's something good. Well, what do you consider good, Tom? Well, it could be anything. How about a suite for a game? Invite, 20 of your friends to a ball game. Man, that would be a nice prize. Yeah, get signed by the Genomes and get to go up to the plate and bat 1 time. I like that too. I've been getting spoiled, though. I've been watching Savannah Banana video online. I've been laughing my head off. It's great stuff. Oh, that caught the catcher. Castro, nice block, but he paid for it. He's shaking it off. Caught him in the arm, I believe, on the right arm, his throwing arm, and still shaking it off. He knows, as all the players do, that will quit hurting when the pain goes away. The pitch from Scott, that misses way outside. That one just got away from him. Castro still working on that. Might have caught him in the hand. He's working on that right hand, stretching it out and trying to shake it out. Reese Hampton, 230 hitter. 3-2 pitch. That's hit straight up in the air. Out of play. More baseballs for home plate umpire Ben Levin. And Robbie Scott the pitch. That gets away from the catcher, Castro. He comes up throwing, and they got him. So a strikeout, throw him out. Scored the putout 2-3 for the second out of the inning. Third strikeout in the game for Robbie Scott. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, number 6, Raider Ascanio. They got the shot of the that you're seeing at home up on the big video screen, which is just awesome. Love it when they do that. That is a beautiful picture you get here at anywhere you're in the ballpark, you can see it. First pitch is strike. I was wondering, I kept fading away. I was wondering what happened to my level on my headset. That's in there for a strike. And the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. I kept turning what I thought was the monitor button up, and it wasn't. It was something else. So now we're square. Nobody on base. 2 outs, 0-2 pitch. Little bouncer charging the third baseman up with it. Johns to first. He rubbed him out. Bang, bang at first base on the ground out 5-3. That'll retire the side. No runs, no hits, and nobody left on base. Now the Genomes come to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We'll have that for you in just a couple minutes. Here we go, Wild Health Field. We are in the bottom of the fourth inning, and Luke Becker will step in. He doubled off the left center field wall back in the first inning and got stranded there. So see what he can do right here against John Anderson, who's kind of tuned in after that double and hasn't allowed a hit since. He's faced 8 straight batters since the double by Becker. Got every one of them. There's a shot. That's going to be down. No. Held up. Jarrett right there played him well, and one down on the line out to 9. Jimmy Paredes will step in. Jimmy popped out to the shortstop back in the first inning for the second out. The pitch, little bouncer toward third base, that's foul. And a good thing, because the third baseman, Roman, threw that into the stands. So he would have, Paredes would have been on second base, no sweat. But it was a foul ball, so he'll head back to the batter's box and try it again. Jimmy, 291 batter on the season. 8 home runs, 39 RBIs. Nobody on, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth inning. We've been playing baseball for about an hour and 10 minutes here at Wild Health Field, and we're in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch from John Anderson, and that is yanked foul into the Wild Health Genomes dugout. One of the players holding a bat down there, can't see the number. He that missed his head by about 3 or 4 inches. Went over the top of the dugout, and it was Dueñez almost got hit in the head with that foul ball. This pop up, third baseman hustles in, missed it. It's a fair ball, and running all the way to second base on the play is Paredes. He dipped way down, golfed that straight up in the air, and Roman came in, tried to make a play on it, was battling the sun all the way, and let's see how they score it here. So Paredes is at second base. E5 is the ruling. 1 out, runner on second. The batter is Moses Sierra. .272 hitter, slaps this one to Roman. He'll look the runner back, throw to first, 2 down. Ground out 5-3 by Sierra. Paredes had to hold at second on the play. That'll bring up the catcher, Carlos Castro. He's hitting a nifty .311 on the year. 6 home runs and 33 RBIs. Pitch misses outside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Straight up in the air and out of play. Hits the roof. Paredes off second. This ball slapped toward third. Roman with another chance, and he throws him out at first, and that retires the side. In the inning, no runs, no hits. There was 1 runner left on base. We head to the top of the 5th inning, and the score remains Gastonia 1, Wild Health nothing. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. Warming up for the top of the 5th inning here is left-hander Robbie Scott. Thus far in the game, Robbie's allowed 1 run and 2 hits. That's been it. Wild Health Genomes, they've had 1 hit. It was that double in the 1st inning by Becker off the wall in left center, and that's been it. So Robbie Scott steps in, and he'll face Alex Holderbach. Holderbach won a duel with Scott back in the 2nd inning and ended up with a base on balls. First pitch, that's fouled off. Hit the guide wire that holds up the screen behind home plate, and then went on up and hit the roof area. I thought for a second we might have a ball in play in the press box here. We wish and hope every game for that. That pitch misses low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Scott, long look, the pitch. Breaking pitch misses, came around the outside part of the plate. He's been throwing that a little bit more often here in the last couple of innings. Scott, the pitch. That's hit pretty good. Center field, tracking it out there is Miller. And on the warning track, he makes the catch. So Holderbach with a fly out deep to center field. One down, back to the top of the order, and Erlis Rodriguez, center fielder. Rodriguez has struck out twice, once in the first, once in the second. This will be his third at-bat of the game. Scott pointing over toward Johns at third base and seems to be ready to go now. Genomes decided to take the third base dugout early on this year, and they've stayed there ever since. So their home dugout is the third base dugout, which for the Legends is the visitors' dugout. .255 average for Rodriguez on the season. 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. Count even all the way across. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's 1 out. And the pitch. Right at the second baseman, a 1-hopper, the throw to first, and they got him. Paredes to Becker. And a ground out 4-3. 2 down. Now to bring up the shortstop, number 1, Jack Reinheimer. Reinheimer popped out to the second baseman Paredes back in the first inning, and then he led off the third with a fly ball to right field. 0 for 2. Jarrett and Roman with the 2 hits for Gastonia. Here's a little lazy looper into the stands off the roof of the Mattress Outlet Ranch. Several groups in today from the camps around the great city of Lexington, KY, in there for a strike. Back when Joe Dean Sr. was calling some color for the UK Basketball Network, I always liked the way he'd call it Lexington, KY. He wouldn't call it Kentucky. The pitch. Ooh, way inside, and Reinheimer doing a good job of his matrix imitation, getting out of the way of that pitch. Little matrix video went up on the on the big screen. I love it. The pitch. That's hit well, left center. That's going to be a hit, and may go all the way to the wall. It will. He's on his way to second, and he's going to round second. The cutoff man has it to throw to third, and he's safe. Triple to left center field by Jack Reinheimer, and he was all legs all the way around. We don't see many triples here at Wild Health Field, but we just got to see one there. Fairly close, and a nice slide. Slid out of the way of where the ball was coming in, and great job. 2 down, triple for Jack Reinheimer, and that'll bring up Rosa. Rosa walked back in the first inning, and then he popped out in foul territory to Becker, who reached over the railing down the first baseline and caught that ball in the stands. The pitch misses outside, ball one. Robbie Scott, runner on third. He peeks over his shoulder, now comes to the plate. That misses low for a ball. Two balls, no strikes. There's two out. Runner on third base. The pitch. In there for a strike. Letter high fastball. Rosa thought that might have been a little high. Rosa, 338 hitter, the pitch. That's hit well. That's hit the left center field. Back to track it down out there in left field is Martinez. And Tio ends the inning. So fly out to 7 to end it after the big triple by Reinheimer. In the inning, no runs. There was one hit and a runner left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Gastonia Honey Hunters 1, your Wild Health Genomes nothing. Got quiet here all of a sudden. Good afternoon. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. We got a good pitcher's duel going on here this afternoon as the Gastonia Honey Hunters lead the Wild Health Genomes by the score of 1-0. We're ready to get things started here with the Genomes batting in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch in there to the designated hitter, Samir Dueñez, is a called strike. No balls and one strike. Dueñez hit a ball pretty well to right field. This one's coming back this way, but over our head. That was your ball, Keith. That was yours. Just hit a little too hard. Good look at John Anderson, the left-hander. Pitching a gem here for the Honey Hunters. The pitch. He had retired 9 in a row, and then Roman had trouble with a pop-up in the infield, and that allowed Paredes to get on base, and now he's retired 2 in a row since then. And as I look through, majority are either a pop-up or a ground out. So he's doing a fine job pitching for the Honey Hunters, and foul tip is caught by the catcher Holderbach. And that's a strikeout. That's strikeout number 2, I believe. It is for John Anderson. That'll bring up the center fielder, Anderson Miller. John won the Battle of the Andersons last time as he struck out Anderson Miller. So the center fielder of the Genomes looking to win one back here against the pitcher with the last name that's his first name. Bouncer down the first base line. Foul. Castro makes a nice glove grab with it and flips it into the stands as a souvenir. Gastonia, 1 run, 3 hits, and an error. That ball's in the carpet. Low. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Your Genomes, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. The hitting bug needs to bite right here. Get some runners on base. The pitch. That's slapped over toward first base. Easy play over there for Castro as he gloves it. 2 down. Ground out 3 unassisted if you're scoring along with us. That'll bring up the third baseman, number 4, Gavin Johns. Gavin slapped one to Rosa at second base. Had an easy throw to Castro to punch him out. He led off the third inning, his only at-bat. 0 for 1 officially in the contest. Batting .235 on the season. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Took a huge cut at that one. Nobody on, 2 out in the inning. John Anderson, the pitch. This is bounced to third. Having trouble coming up with it is Roman, and he won't get a play off, and Roman's going to pick up his second error of the game. Clayton Melbauer, the shortstop, will step in. He grounded out to Roman at third base last time up, 0 for 1. First pitch, swing and a miss. Did get a little bit of a tick on the bat there and caught nicely by Holderbach. 184 hitter, 2 home runs, and 7 RBIs for Holderbach. Anderson's pitch misses low for a ball. 1 ball. 1 strike, 2 out. Runner on first base is Gavin Johns. Anderson looks the runner back at first. Now the pitch. Way up high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Same 2 teams at it one more time in this series tomorrow night, 6:35 p.m. Michael Watkins on the call for you here on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. And a fielder's choice as the throw goes from 5 to 4 for the put out at second. That'll retire the side, and no runs. There were no hits. There was one error on the third baseman. And we head to the top of the 6th inning. Score remains Gastonia 1, Wild Health nothing. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the top of the 6th inning. Can you believe it? And the Honey Hunters are going to send up Zach Jarrett, the right fielder, to get things started. If he looks up here, you can really see the resemblance to his dad, which is just fantastic. Robbie Scott, first pitch to Jarrett, misses, ball 1. Zach has one of the 3 hits by the Honey Hunters. Infield single back in the 3rd. He reached on a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. That retired the side. Rosa was punched out 6-4 at second base for the 3rd out of the inning. 268 hitter, 9 home runs, 35 ribbies for Jarrett. Takes the strike there, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Gastonia's logo, the Honey Hunter, in flames on the big board out in center field. Here's a shot. I mean, he hit that straight up in the air, but that's going to go out of play. That wind got a hold of it and took it clear behind the stands. Looked like it might be in the first several rows when it left the bat, but not the case. Jarrett, 268 average, as we said. Good hitter from the right side, facing the lefty, Robbie Scott. The pitch. Misses outside with a breaking ball, and the count now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes, and Robbie a little upset with himself on that pitch. Robbie Scott, 84 pitches thus far here. We're in the top of the 6th. The pitch. That's hit well. That's hit far. That's hit deep. That's out of here. Zach Jarrett with a round tripper. So I can tell my grandkids I saw Dale Jarrett win the Brickyard 400, and I saw his son Zach Jarrett hit a home run at Wild Health Field. The Jarrett family. It's a 2-0 game. No doubter on that one. So give Zach an RBI on the play, and his second hit of the game, 2 for 3. And that brings up Luis Roman, the pitch. And Roman's hit by a pitch, and he'll trot down to first base. That pitch by Robbie Scott, I mean, that was perfect. A fastball. It was right down the middle, and Jarrett was all over it, and he hit it way out of here. They were able to get the ball. One of the pitchers in the bullpen had to hop a fence out there, but was able to get down and get the home run ball. I'm sure they'll give that to Jarrett. Castro in there now, 271 hitter. Luis is 0 for 2 in the contest. Grounded out to second, flied out to center. The pitch. Fastball catches the inside part of the plate. No balls, 1 strike. Jarrett hit that against a pretty stiff wind, too. That had to feel good. I always loved it in softball when it get a hold of one and hit it out of the park. Hits 3 windows over to my right. Runner was going, has to go back. Roman on the run and hit, and Castro hit it, just went the wrong direction. No balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Roman's at first base. Jarrett's in with a solo home run, and Castro's at the plate. Robbie Scott, the pitch. That slapped foul down the right field line and over the Mattress Outlet Ranch. Disturbed the corral down there, it sounds like. Got the horses in a frenzy. Keith, you ever remember yeah, they did have a petting zoo this year, didn't they? Down in the left field corner there. Yeah, I thought they did. Castro, a 271 hitter, the pitch. He hits this one hard. He hits it deep back, but a nice job out there by Martinez tracking it, and he'll pull it in right at the warning track. So Jarrett hits it out. Castro comes close. Fly out to 7. Back to first base goes Roman. There's 1 out. That'll bring up Reese Hampton. Reese walked and then with some nifty base running was able to go first to third on a ground out, but got stranded at third as Rodriguez struck out with runners at first and third back in the second inning. So he's 0 for 1 officially with a strikeout in the 4th. The pitch. That misses. Ball loose, but Roman not set to go anywhere, and a nice job by Castro to quickly pounce on it. Bullpen starting to become active for the Genomes. Here's a shot, right center. Nobody going to get to that one. That bounces off the wall and will be fielded out there by Miller. That's going to get a run in. On his way to second, sliding and safe. So Hampton apparently missed the bag at first base and had to go back and get it. And he's able to scoot on around and get the double anyway. Give him an RBI on the play as Roman scores from first base. That was funny. Now, we may have seen the last of Robbie Scott, and we have, as Minakazi goes to the bullpen. Give us a chance to take a break. We'll be back, introduce you to the new pitcher in just a moment. All right, here we go. Got a new pitcher in the game for the Wild Health Genomes. It's going to be number 17. The right-handed pitcher, Jack Weinberger, 6'5", 220. Right-hander looks back at second base. Hampton at second is the responsibility of Scott. There's a bouncer to short, long throw, got him. So one pitch and an out, 2 down. So Weinberger thus far doing his job, putting a stop on things here as the Honey Hunters have scored 2 in the 6th inning. A home run, a hit by pitch, and a double by Reese Hampton, who's at second base. Funny thing about the Reese Hampton double is he missed first base. He had to go back and hit it, and then really had to work to get to second base before the ball got there. Boy, if he'd got tagged out, he'd have never lived that down on the team, would he? See that white square out there? You're supposed to step on that when you go around first. 207 hitter is Holderbach. Alex walked in the second inning, and he flew out to center field in the fifth. His third trip to the plate today. And a trip here back-to-back innings. The pitch. Little dribbler out toward the mound. Weinberger. Perfect throw to first and gets the job done with ease. Ground out, 1-3. Third out of the inning. In the inning, there were 2 runs. There were 2 hits. There was 1 runner left on base. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning now with the Honey Hunters leading the Genomes 3-0. All right, welcome back to Wild Health Field. Ladies and germs, we're ready to go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Top of the lineup for Mark Minikazi's club, the Wild Health Genomes. Trailing this one 3-0. 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Honey Hunters. No runs and 1 hit. John Anderson, that man right there, the pitcher, pitching a gem today. And gets a strike on a letter-high fastball outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. 84 mile an hour on that pitch from John Anderson. Second one's in the rug. 1-1 the count. 204 batting average for Tio Martinez. Tio, nice grab out there a while ago in left field. Good defense today by the Genomes. Only thing is I'm missing the little gnome mascot. They had him on the scoreboard that shows the 4 strikeouts there by Robbie Scott. And it's got the time on it, but they had him up there last time the Gnomes played. Maybe he'll make an appearance, special appearance, sometime here before this game's over. So we're moving up on About 7 more minutes we'll have played for 2 hours this afternoon. That's in there for a strike. And down goes Martinez. First strike, excuse me. Let's make that the 3rd strikeout in the game for John Anderson. 1 out in the inning, and Luke Becker will step in. Luke with a hard hit shot to right field, but right at Jarrett back in the 4th, and then he doubled to left center field in the 1st inning. That is, my friends, the only hit of the ball game for the Gnomes. John Anderson, the pitch. Little bouncer down the left field line, and too hot to catch for the Genomes coach at 3rd base. Genomes hoping to get some runs here this inning. There's a bouncer to Roman. He steps back, picks it up, throws to first, and we got collision time at first base. Out at first, but as Becker was approaching, let's watch it here. You can see what happens. The throw is good, and then the first baseman, Castro, took a step to the right into the path of Becker, who was trying to avoid him at first base. Nonetheless, it's a ground out, 5-3, 2nd out of the inning. Now to bring up Jimmy Paredes, who had reached on a 2-base error in the 4th, and then he popped out to the shortstop back in the 1st inning. There's a rope, fair ball into the corner. That's going to bounce all the way down in the corner. He's on his way to 2nd. The throw coming, the slide, he won't slide. He beat it by a half step. I thought he was going to slide. The first baseman, Castro, giving it to him for not sliding, and then pats him on the shoulder and heads back to first base. Castro was tracking him all the way to back up the play, but a double by Jimmy Paredes, and there's your 2nd hit of the ball game for the Genomes. So a man in scoring position, much needed in this contest here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and Jose Sierra will be at the plate. The right fielder grounded out to 3rd base and ended the inning in the 1st with an out. The pitch started to go and held up as that pitch was high, about chin high. 2 balls, no strikes, the count. Anderson creeping into the 70 pitch mark. That's a strike, catches the outside part of the plate. That shot right there, that is just a fabulous shot for you at home to be able to see where that pitch ends up. That's looped out behind 2nd base, and that's going to fall in for a base hit, and that's going to score a run. There you go, Genomes on the board. Hustling all the way with 2 out was Paredes, and he'll score and give Sierra an RBI single to short right field. "73 pitches now for John Anderson. Runner at first base is Sierra, and the catcher, Carlos Castro, C² or CC Ryder, whichever you prefer. Carlos has 6 dingers on the year. Takes a huge cut at that one. That's a strike. Carlos and Ben Levin, the home plate umpire, going back and forth a little bit after that swing. That created quite the breeze, came up here and blew my scorecard over. The pitch, 309 hitter. Looks at a ball low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's 2 out. 6 home runs, 33 RBIs on the year. Castro with 1 swing of the bat could tie this game up now. It's amazing how quickly things can change in the game of baseball. John Anderson the pitch. Swing and a miss. Castro again. Castro got a text message before the game from a young man in Georgetown, Kentucky, who said, "Hit me a home run today." So Castro trying to hit that last ball to Georgetown from here. The pitch. There's a little bouncer. That's foul. Nice one-hand grab down in the dugout. Trying to think, that looked like Anderson Miller there that made the one-hand grab. He's on double deck should Castro and then Duenas get on. John Anderson, long look this time. He'll check first base. And the pitch. That's slapped to the shortstop. Easy play for Reinheimer at second base, and that retires the side. But in the inning, the Genomes with a run on 2 hits, and they had a runner left on base. We go to the 7th inning with the score. The Honey Hunters with 3 and the Genomes with 1. Welcome back to Wild Health Field. We got ourselves a good one here today. 3-1 the score right now with Gastonia leading Wild Health. Glad you're with us on this beautiful baseball afternoon in Lexington, KY. I think I'm going to adopt that from Joe Dean Sr. I like that. Another thing he used to say was when the big guys would get into it on the inside, he'd say, "Look at them body up in the paint." Used to love that. Loved him as a color commentator. He did it for a few years for UK. Jack Weinberger stays in the ball game. He got 2 outs in relief there in the last inning, so he'll stay in. Weinberger on the season has been in, this is his 23rd appearance on the year. He's got a save. He's finished 3 games this season. Pitched 28 1/3 innings, allowed 20 runs, only 14 of those earned. He's not allowed a home run this year. He's walked 21 and struck out 30. So the big 6'5", 220 right-hander getting the job done for the Genomes this season. did not pitch in last night's contest, a 2-run loss, as the Honey Hunters were able to hang on for the win. Man, it's got to be the cameras that make these guys look like giants. You know, he fills the screen. That's all there is to it. The pitch. Misses outside. One ball, one strike the count. Seventh inning leadoff man is Hurley's Rodriguez, the leadoff man. How about that? That misses outside, and the count now 2 balls and 1 strike. Rodriguez, 254 batter. He's 0 for 3 in this one, making his 4th plate appearance. He struck out twice and grounded out to the second baseman, Paredes. Weinberger, the pitch. Let up on that one. 83 mile an hour, excuse me. Fastball just didn't put everything he had on it. Rodriguez batting .254 now. The left-handed hitter with 4 home runs and 19 RBIs. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Oops. Losing some papers here. That wind's picked up a little bit. Got to be blowing a good 10 miles per hour. We'll get our weather facts up here in a minute, see what we've got. They're still saying 5. Here's a little bouncer to the second baseman. Paredes lost the handle the first time, but had plenty of time to pick it up and throw him out. So the second time that Rodriguez has grounded out to second base. 1 down in the inning, and that'll bring up Jack Reinheimer. Reinheimer popped out in the first inning. He flew out to right in the third. He tripled in the 5th, and it was all wheels on that triple. Left center field, legged it out and got stranded there. So he's up with a 1 for 3 game going, and he lifts this one high in the air down the right field line. Long run, that's into the stands. Hit off the facade of the mattress outlet. Right fielder Sierra closest to it when it finally came to it, and the ball hit off the facade, then it hit into the chairs, the seats down that way, and then it bounces off the front rail. The pitch, little bouncer, foul, left field line, in and out of the dugout. The dugout is set up with the dugout area. Then there's a small square that is field level, and the teams put some chairs there. Some of the players like to set up in that area, and a little more dangerous, you got no protection in front of you. The pitch. Bouncer to third base. Up with it is Johns. Long throw. Bang, bang, got him. Ground out 5-3. 2 down. And Joseph Rosa will step up. Rosa's 0 for 2. Flew out to left in the 5th. Pop foul to the first baseman, Becker, who made a nice play, reaching into the stands to grab the pop foul. And then he walked back in the first inning. So he's 0 for 2 officially in the contest. Weinberger's got 2 outs. He's got 4 in a row here, and all 4 have grounded out to every position in the infield, I might add. So he's spreading the ball around but keeping it in the infield. Rosa, a .337 hitter. Weinberger the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Wow, good pitch. No balls and 2 strikes. There's 2 out, nobody on. The Gnomes defense playing straight away right now for Joseph Rosa. The pitch misses outside for a ball. The dew point right now in Lexington is 59 degrees. Anytime that dew point is 60 or below, it's not going to be humid, folks, because your air temperature is at 86 degrees. And that makes for a very comfortable afternoon, which we have here. That's fouled off and out of play to the left side. I pay attention to my weather school on LEX 18. "10-mile visibility today. The humidity is only 40%. That too is good. Weinberger, the pitch. Ooh. Castro felt like I did. Man, that was right there as far as the positioning with the plate. It must have been a bit high. He did reach up to catch it, so maybe that was the part of it that didn't constitute the call of a strike. 2-2 pitch, laced down the right field line. That's a fair ball into the corner. That's going to be extra bases. Sierra hustling over to get it. The throw comes in, but not near in time, as Rosa with a stand-up double here with 2 out in the 7th. How to bring up Dinger Man. Zach Jarrett hit a home run, I mean a ton. His last time up, a solo shot. He also hit an infield single in the 3rd, and he reached first on a fielder's choice in the 1st inning. So he's been on base all 3 times. Officially is 2 for 3 in the contest. Here's a shot up the middle. That's off the glove of the shortstop. That's going to be another RBI and a base hit for Jarrett. 3-hit game for Zach Jarrett and another RBI. He's got 2 RBIs in the game now. And that makes it a 4-1 game. Weinberger, the pitch, strike, knee-high fastball outside part of the plate. I think I'm going to make an ice run here at the 7th inning stretch. The pitch, going, throw down. Safe at second base. Stolen base for Zach Jarrett. His 2nd of the game. So Zach having himself a field day here on the stats. 2 stolen bases, 2 RBIs, a home run, 2 singles. Getting the job done. One ball, 2 strikes the count now on Luis Roman. Roman hit by a pitch last time up. struck out in the third, and then doubled back in the second and scored that first run in the second inning for the Honey Hunters. Jarrett dances off second. Weinberger takes a little time watching him out at second base, and then he steps off the rubber. We'll reset everybody. Here we go. Weinberger the pitch. Roman, a little foul ball that looped off of something and bounced out toward the pitcher. Looks like it may have hit Roman somewhere, maybe in the foot, although he's not favoring anything right now. Takes a deep breath and steps back in. So whatever it wasn't any vital part of the leg or foot. Jarrett at second, the lead, the pitch. That misses, ball gets away. Timeout called. And that hit Roman, second time he's been hit back-to-back times here. So he'll trot down to first base. Last time he was hit, he scored. Here comes Luis Castro. 0 for 3, flew out to left, flew out to center, and grounded out to the second baseman, Paredes. So here we go with 2 down, and everything started happening here as Weinberger looked to be cruising right through the inning. Runners at first and second. The pitch. In there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike with 2 down. Castro, 269 hitter. 6 home runs, 23 RBIs on the year. They were calling for a high of 87 today, and we just hit it. There's a bouncer that gets through for a base hit. That's going to score Jarrett from second base, and that's going to put a runner at first and third with 2 out. So Jarrett scores on the RBI single by Castro. And Roman goes from first to third on the single. So Jarrett touches home for the 5th run of the game for Gastonia. And they've put 2 more on the board here in the 7th inning. 2 in the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and that single run back in the 2nd. Timeout call. Yeah, I liked hi-ho. What's up with that? They called timeout until hi-ho stopped the pitch. Misses outside for a ball. I kept waiting for it's off the work we go. We never got into that. 233 hitter is Reese Hampton. He's got a double, a walk, and he struck out in the 4th inning. So 1 for 2 thus far. The pitch misses outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. So we are at our high predicted for today, 87. And with all the good feels out here, 58 dew point, 37% humidity, we're at a feels like temperature of 87. You get what you get today. Here's the ball flared to the left side. Over toward Will, our announcer, and someone sitting to the left of him made a nice catch on that. Weinberger looking to get out of this inning. Had 2 out, nobody on, and then the bottom fell out all of a sudden. The pitch. Runner going, no throw. Stolen base for Castro. And that puts runners at second and third with 2 out. And I believe that is stolen base number 3 in the game. Jared has 2 of them, and Castro now picks up his first theft of the game. Got some grand larceny going on the base paths out here today. The pitch. Just outside, and down to first base goes Reese Hampton with a walk. His second base on balls of the game. Sacks are jammed, folks, and looks like Skipper's going to come out and talk it over with Jack Weinberger, talking to his catcher. So more of a pep talk than anything, and a chance to get him to catch a breather pretty quick and then get ready to go here. Good opportunity for Raider Ascanio, the designated hitter. He's grounded out to third base twice and shortstop once. 0 for 3 officially in the game. Bases are loaded, nowhere to put him. Weinberger's pitch in there for a strike. Outside part of the plate, letter high. Roman is at third base. Castro is at second. Hampton is at first base. And in that batter's box, Ascanio, the pitch. That's in there. So quickly, 2 straight pitches, 2 strikes. 5-1 the score, a 4-run lead for the Honey Hunters here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. Ooh. Almost got him. He had to bounce out of the way. Raider Ascanio, the DH. He's got an RBI back in the 2nd inning on that ground out. They knocked in the first run of the game. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 out. The pitch. Little bouncer back to Weinberger, comes up with it. He'll run it over to first base, underhands it, and that'll retire the side. So ground out 1 to 3 to end it, but man, what an inning. 2 runs come in, a total of 1, 2, 3 hits in the inning, and there were 3 left on base by the Honey Hunters. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning, and the score is 5-1 in favor of Gastonia.
First pitch to Proctor, hit to second, goes to short. Here's the pitch. He hits this one to short, over to second for the force out, and that ends the inning. But
home runs. He'll bat with an 0-2 count here with 2 outs. He'll have a play at the plate as Irvin is going to be tagged out at home.
he hits a grounder to second, double play ball. They throw it to second, and he hits this one a ton. Center field going back, and it is out of here. Chris Shaw with a 2-run home run here in the bottom of the first.
All right, I got my eyes, folks. We're ready to go here. Bottom of the 7th inning at Wild Health Field. Euclides Lair in to pitch for the Honey Hunters. Gastonia bringing in Lair. I'm checking out his stats for you here. Is that pitch in there for a ball, 2 balls, and no strikes. And let's see if we can find him. I got him now. He's 2-0 on the season. ERA is 0.86. That pitch in there for a strike. So he's done a pretty good job here. He's been in 22 games, pitched in 21 innings. He's given up 14 runs, 13 of them earned, and he grabs that shot up the middle for the first out of the inning. 1 down. So Dueñez with the bounce out 1-3. Now to bring up Anderson Miller, the center fielder, number 30. Let's get back to Lair's numbers. He's given up just 1 home run. He's walked 9 and struck out 16 in 21 innings pitched. So been a good pitcher here for the Honey Hunters. Lair, no saves, and holds, I don't see anything on holds here as well, so been getting the job done. So Anderson Miller now with 0 for 2 going, a strikeout in the second, and then he grounded out to the first baseman unassisted, his second time up back in the 5th inning. So he could use one here, batting .250 on the season, 3 home runs and 24 RBIs. Lair, the right-hander, misses way outside, and running to first base, there's a throw down there, and they don't get him. Ball gets away and picked up pretty quickly by the right fielder. So it's a pass ball, and because the ball got away, he took off and basically stole first base. It's a new rule in the Atlantic League. So took advantage of the rule and scampers down to first base. So we got a runner on first, and that'll bring up Gavin Johns, the third baseman, takes a strike on the outside part of the plate. Well, Lair let that one get away from him, and I mean it went just way outside, and tough play for Holderbach to corral that. He had to jump up and take off after it. They tried to make it close at first, but the ball apparently hit Miller as he had crossed the bag and went on out into right field, but right fielder in foul territory able to pick it up quickly so that Miller is at first base. Here's a ball. This is lifted high to the right side. Jarrett camps underneath it and makes the play. One down, or two down, rather. So that'll bring up the shortstop, Clayton Melbauer. Melbauer is 0 for 2. He reached on the fielder's choice in the fifth. Grounded out to the third baseman back in the third. 0 for 2 in the contest. Sporting a 182 batting average. He's batting the interstate right now and needs a few hits to get it back up over 200. Lair gives him a fastball that's down the right field line. Jarrett can't get to it. It's out of play down there in the picnic area beyond the Mattress Outlet Ranch. Beautiful sky today. Got cotton candy clouds. And wind is moving now. Ooh, did that hit him? Apparently just the bat. Looked like it might have caught him on the shoulder. Let's see. Nope, just off the bat. Great replay, guys. And gals, I should say. Two down, runner at first base is Miller, and there's a swing and a miss. That'll strike him out. And in the inning, no runs, no hits, one runner left on base. And we're going to head to the eighth inning with the score 5-1 in favor of Gastonia. All right, got all kinds of things happening here as we head to the top of the 8th inning. We got a new pitcher for the Genomes. It's Gabriel Moya on the mound, the left-handed pitcher, making his debut for the Wild Health Genomes. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. Also have a new catcher in the game for the Genomes. It's number 13, Chase Velo. 6 foot, 250 pounder is behind the plate. Moya the pitch. It's upstairs for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut. Big cut. So Holderbach, 2 ball, 1 strike count. As Moya continues to work the pitch. Misses upstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. Gabriel Moya taking his time out there. The left-hander looks in. Got that pitching arm spinning in the background there. Here's a ball that's shot straight up in the air to the right side. And the first baseman, Becker, going to make the play. That's in foul territory. So pop foul to 3. 1 out. And we'll go to the top of the lineup, and Herlis Rodriguez. Rodriguez is doubling up on what he's doing today at the plate. He struck out twice, grounded out to second base twice. 0 for 4. So he'll make his 5th appearance at the plate. Left-handed hitter against left-handed pitcher. Moya, the pitch. Misses inside, ball 1. Rodriguez average now 253 after an 0 for 4 game. Goose Gazzo's team, 50 wins to 21 losses coming into this one. And the pitch, that's laced into right field. That's going to be down and off the wall. Up with it quickly, the throw coming to second base, and it's behind the runner, and it's a double for Rodriguez. So Rodriguez at second base, and that brings up the shortstop, number 1, Jack Reinheimer. Reinheimer with a triple back in the 5th inning, and grounded out to third, flew out to right, and popped out to the second baseman. So he's got a 1 for 4 going today. He also has a runner on second with 1 out. The pitch. This is outside, ball 1. Reinheimer, a 269 hitter on the season. Moya, long look and too long for Reinheimer. He'll step out of the box. Oh, The little games that go on in the game. The pitch. Laced over the head of the shortstop. Base hit to left field. Coming up throwing. And they'll cut it off. As scoring easily is Rodriguez from second base. So an RBI for Reinheimer on the single to center. Actually to left center field. His first RBI. He's got 2 hits in 5 attempts today. Now to bring up Joseph Rosa, the third baseman. He doubled last time up, scored a run. So runner on first base is Reinheimer. Moya the pitch. Runner going and easily in there at second base. Ball gets through all the way to center field, but Reinheimer satisfied with 1 base right now. 4th stolen base by the Honey Hunters in the ball game. Rosa, 340 hitter on the year. Big double last time. Walk rather in the first inning, 1 for 3 officially, and takes a huge cut at that one and misses. A strike. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. So another run in. It's 6-1, the 10th hit for Gastonia. And that pitch misses low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Leading off a second. The pitch. That ball slapped to the shortstop, and there's no play. Reinheimer has to hold at second base. Rosa's at first with a base hit. So for Rosa, that's his second hit of the contest. And Zach Jarrett in now. He's had a whale of a ball game. And he fouls this one over the stands and out of play. Now, if I'm not mistaken, his number 28 is also the number of. There's a shot way up in the air to center field. Underneath it is Miller, and nobody's going to advance. So fly out to 8 for Jarrett. When his dad, Dale Jarrett, raced for Robert Yates Racing, he drove the number 28 car. So I'm wondering if that's not, he picked that number for his uniform because his dad drove a car number 28. That's kind of cool. Wonder if that's the case. Roman steps in, and he loops this one out to the shortstop. He'll make an easy play on it, and that retires the side. So pop to 6 for the 3rd out of the inning, but in the inning there was 1 run on 3 hits, and there were 2 runners left on base. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning, and it's a 6-1 ball game in favor of Gastonia over Wild Health. Got a new pitcher, Jairo Diaz, in for the Honey Hunters as the Genomes bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and it's Tio Martinez to lead things off. Tio 0 for 3 in the contest, a strikeout, a pop to first, and a ground out to second base. Here's a little looper, caught by the shortstop. Not a lot of steam on that. That allowed Reinheimer to make a nice leap and haul it in. So we'll call it a line out to 6. 1 down. Got to bring up Luke Becker. Luke is 1 for 3, doubled. Back in the first inning, lined out sharply to Jarrett in right field and then grounded out to the third baseman. So Jairo Diaz, a right-handed pitcher, shakes a couple signs off, and he delivers. That's hit right back to the shortstop, playing right behind second base. So 2 lineouts to Reinheimer. He's getting put out by the dozen out there. 2 down, and that'll bring up Jimmy Paredes. Paredes doubled last time, scored a run, the only run. Reached on a 2-base error back in the 4th inning, and then he popped out to the shortstop. So thus far, Diaz making it look easy out there. That pitch missed everything. I think he hit the clown back in row 2 behind the home plate. Or maybe he was throwing at the dishes at the carnival. I'm not sure where that ball was intended to go. Nobody on, though, so no damage done. Here's the pitch. That's laced foul and over the roof of the stands here at Wild Health Field. Working our way up to 3 o'clock as the Gnomes bat in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. Up high for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. That's laced into center field, a base hit. That's going to get by. No, nice job out there by Rodriguez. He cuts it off, and they almost get him going into second. The throw was behind the bag from the center fielder's vantage point, and a nice hustle there by Paredes to pick up his 2nd double in a row in this contest. Got to bring up the right fielder, Moses Sierra. He's got the lone RBI for the Genomes as he singled in Paredes back in the 6th inning with 2 out, and they got the same situation here. Can he do it again? The pitch hit him. I mean, right square between the shoulder blades. And Sierra taking his time to unload all his gloves and everything. And now he'll walk towards first base, not looking at the pitcher, and he'll take his place on the base at first. So a hit by pitch, and Genomes got something going with 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Carlos Castro, the man at the plate, and first pitch misses low and outside, ball 1. And the way that was working out, I thought for sure he was going to say something, but he kept his cool. That's hard to do when you get plunked with a 90-mile-an-hour fastball right square in the back. I mean, that was a no-doubter. Right between the shoulder blades. And I'm sure he's still feeling it. Leading off of first, talking now with the first baseman, Castro. Runners at first and second for the Gnomes, 2 out. The pitch. Low, a ball. Three balls and no strikes the count, and Castro gets on. He'll load the bases. The pitch. And he will. I think that hit by pitch shook up Diaz more than it did Sierra. So here we go. Bases loaded. Samir Dueñez, the designated hitter, steps in, and now we get a visit to the mound. Looks like the pitching coach is going to come out and have a say. Mark Menikazi is the manager of the Genomes, looking out of the dugout down there. Reggie Harris is the pitching coach for the Honey Hunters. I think that's Harris that's out there right now. Meeting broken up by home plate umpire Ben Levin. And he tells Harris that's one visit. So Samir Dueñez will step in, and a golden opportunity for him right here. His team trails by 5. The pitch, that's fouled off into the netting. Good pitch to hit there for Dueñez. Anderson Miller scheduled to bat next. Diaz delivers. That's fouled off. Back this way and out of play over the top of the seating area. And now we got a catcher coming out to talk to him. Must have been a cross up on the signs. And Levin says no. No visit credited that time. You can talk about the situation between the catcher and the pitcher in that situation. If you talk about anything else, then they'll charge you with a conference. 237 hitter is Dueñez. Bases loaded. The pitch. Low. Ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Jairo Diaz on the mound and worked himself into a pickle here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The pitch. Slapped up the middle, but the shortstop's right there. He'll step on the bag, and that retires the side. So a fielder's choice for Miller, and the put out at second is 6 unassisted for the 3rd out of the inning. In the inning, no runs. There was 1 hit, and there were 3 runners left on base. We head to the 9th inning. Score remains 6-1 in favor of the Honey Hunters. All right, here we go. Henry Herrera comes in to pitch for your Gnomes. 6-1 the score. He needs a stop here in the top of the ninth inning, and a lot of prayers for a productive bottom of the ninth from this Genomes team, who has only been able to score 1 run in the contest. They have 5 hits. The pitch, it's in there, breaking pitch for a strike. 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss. One ball and 2 strikes the count. The pitch misses outside. Count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Castro, a .274 hitter. First baseman for the Honey Hunters in today's game. No outs, 2-2 count. Herrera takes too long for Castro, and he'll step out of the box, and now he'll step back in. Here's the pitch. That's hit straight up in the air, out behind second base. Center fielder hustling in. He'll call everybody off and make the play. Little late movement there by Reinheimer, but Rodriguez was tracking it all the way, and Miller goes down. Fly out to 8. And
wrong side, flip it over.
so Castro with the fly out. And Reese Hampton at the plate now. Ball's up high. 2 balls and no strikes. Oh. .233 average for Hampton. The pitch. Hits this one out to right field, a base hit. One hopper, almost a throw from Sierra, but decided against it as Hampton was taking his time going to first base. So Hampton with a double, a single, he's walked twice, and he struck out. 2 for 4. Let's make it 2 for 3 in the contest. Escanio steps in. Escanio is grounded out to the pitcher, to the shortstop, and twice to the third baseman. 0 for 4, the pitch. That's slapped back this way, out of play. Got to go out near the parking area behind the stands here. The pitch, same thing, same place. That might hit the person picking up the ball from a moment ago. That's how close it was. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Herrera the pitch. Same thing, only this one stays in the seating area and bounces back down near the front of the stands. Excuse me. Herrera the pitch. That's fouled off and fouled right directly at yours truly, but the netting saved me on that one. Line shot into the net. Herrera the pitch. Up high, a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Gastonia looking for his first hit of the day. Trying to stay alive in there. Herrera the pitch, and that's slapped back toward the shortstop. Flips the second one over to first. Double play. Got him. That retires the side. On the 6-4-3 double play. Watch it again here. Just tapped it. Nice play. Quick flip, quick throw. Bang, bang. No runs. 1 hit. Nobody left on base. Bottom of the 9th. Do or die time for the Genomes. And we'll have that for you in just a moment. Quentin Torres Costa comes in. The left-hander is the stopper, the save man for the Honey Hunters. 16 saves on the year thus far, and they're calling him to come in here and wrap this thing up with a 6-1 lead over the Wild Health Genomes. The Gnomes, 5 hits in the game, and they're going against one of the best in the Atlantic League. Left-hander, the pitch. It's in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to count as Anderson Miller will do the honors here. Torres Costa the pitch. That's low. 1 ball and 1 strike. He is, man, he's ripping it up. ERA of 2.43. They have touched him up 1 time. Well, let's look at that again. 4 times for a home run. That ball's hit pretty well down into left field, and that's going to fall in there fair. Takes a bounce and goes out of play, so it's a double. So a double for Miller. So that's a good way to start things off here for the Gnomes. And that'll bring up Gavin Johns, the third baseman, number 4. So Johns a 211 average. He's grounded out, flied out, and made it to first base on an error on the third baseman, Roman. That ball fouled off to the right side. Another stash of new baseballs in for the umpire. No balls, 1 strike. Torres Costa, the pitch. That's laced out to right field. If it's down fair, it is. That goes into the corner. That's going to score 1 run, and out to second base with back-to-back doubles is Gavin Johns. So Miller comes home for the second run of the game for the Genomes. Give Johns an RBI for the second run of the game, and that cuts the lead to 4. And Clayton Melbauer, the shortstop, will step in. Melbauer, fielder's choice, strikeout, ground out to third. Off of second is Johns. Torres Costa, the pitch, that misses outside, ball 1. Six to 2 the score. Bottom of the 9th inning. Do or die for the Genomes. The pitch. Misses outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. There's the Chapa going overhead. Go to the Chapa. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Melbauer took a healthy cut at that one. He's batting 179. Dropped 3 points since last at bat with that strikeout. And Torres Costa looks at second base. Long look. And the pitch. In there for a strike. And 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Nobody out. Run in. Runner on second. Back-to-back doubles by Gavin Johns and Anderson Miller. Johns with the RBI. He's at second base. Torres Costa, the wind, the pitch. That's slapped into the netting behind home plate. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Genomes needing some hits here, and so far so good. 2 for 2 in the 9th inning. Torres Costa, the southpaw. From the stretch, the pitch. Laced, but that's foul down the left field line. That hit into the bushes down there, and looks like it's sitting on top of the bushes. I can't tell if that's something else or the ball. It's not the ball. The ball made it through, so something else in the bushes down there, down the left field line. 179 hitter with a good rip that time. Hits this one straight up in the air. Infield fly rule should be in effect, and the second baseman's going to make the grab. So pop out to 4, 1 down. Top of the order, Tio Martinez will step in. Tio with a line out to the shortstop last time up. He's 0 for 4 in the contest. Good opportunity for Tio here. Base hit will score another run and put him on base, and you could chip away at that 4-run lead that way. Here's a shot. That's hit well to center field, but surrounding the ball out there is the center fielder, Rodriguez. The throw coming to third base, and electing to hold up was Johns, and there's 2 down. All right. As they say, good teams go with 2. So it's time to go here. Luke Becker steps in. He's got a double back in the first inning, and then a couple lineouts, one to right field to Jarrett, and then one to the shortstop Reinheimer. And then he grounded out to Roman down at third base. Here's the pitch. In there for a strike. Torres Costa on the mound, the 16 saves. Not sure if he'd get a save yet in this one with a 4-run lead. Definitely get a hold. .292 is the batting average for Becker now. Got Johns out at second base. The pitch. Misses outside and low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Becker. The last quarter in your pocket when you're down $10 on the slot machine. That's the situation right here. The pitch. Laces that one foul down the right field line and out of play. Here's the pitch. That's hit into left field, a base hit, and they're going to hold the runner. Smart move. Ball comes in quickly. Nice play out there by Hampton. So Becker with a single. He's on first. Over to third base goes Gavin Johns. And now the batter will be Jimmy Paredes, who has doubled back-to-back, and then he was on second base on an error the time before that. So 3 straight times he's been at second base, and then he popped out to the shortstop back in the first. So .296 hitter, 2 runners on base, a 6-2 ball game. The pitch misses outside, ball 1. 6 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for Gastonia. 2 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Genomes. The pitch, swing, and a miss. Jimmy Paredes taking a good cut at that one. Looking at first base is Torres Costa, the pitch. That's hit up in the air. That's in fair territory, down the third baseline, and that's your ball game. Final score in this one, 6-2. Gastonia wins the first 2 of the 3-game series, and these 2 teams will go at it tomorrow night, 6:35 p.m. Hope you'll join us then. You've been watching Atlantic League Baseball on the Lexington Legends YouTube channel. I'm Tom Gross. We'll see you next time. Join us tomorrow night, 6:35 p.m. Have a great evening, everybody.